tell me about the addition or the additional language in the Farm Bill about specialty crops. Why is that different?
As I understand it, and I could not have the figure right, they're proposing $500 million in payments for specialty crops in this year's Farm Bill. It's important because these farmers are facing the same things that farmers all over the country are facing, and they've largely been left out of the subsidy game, in favor of commodity producers. And so they're clamoring. They're saying, look, all this money, $23 billion being spent on commodity crops, and we get nothing. And we're supplying all the healthy foods for the country. What's up with that? So I just think the time has come where the geographic and the crop inequities in how the money's distributed are just so obvious. And so let's make it a little fair, I think, is really what's coming up. What I would like to see in the specialty crops, and really I think what most sustainable agriculture proponents would like to see, is this expansion of the Conservation Security Program that was introduced in 2002, and that was really a program that would pay a farmer for being a good steward. So you pay them for doing the right thing in the first place, and then the benefits flow from there. It was supposed to be a big program, big meaning on par with the commodity spending, $15 billion a year, but throughout 2002 they have flat funded it every year in the appropriations, so they've taken the money away. They promised us they were going to give us the CSP, and yet they never really gave the money for it. They did it on a very, very limited scale. And I think supporting farmers for doing the right thing should probably be the only kinds of support that we're really after. I mean, because then, like I said, you end up with healthy lands and healthy food at the same time.
And that's got to be more cost efficient to do it that way than to come in afterwards and try to fix something that's broken.
Which is how we do it now, really. I mean, it's an absurd situation where we pump out a huge amount of money for really bad farming practices, and then we give a very small amount to try to put band-aids and fixes on the system. And it's clearly broken by all standards that anyone can really, all filters, any way you look at it, you have to say it hasn't been working. And the Conservation Security Program, it's an alternative. It's probably worth trying for, let's give it a shot.
Well, it just seems that environmental considerations have gotten short shrift through the years. And I guess I was hoping that this 2007 Farm Bill, with some of its language, maybe the environment would finally be getting its due consideration, but it doesn't sound that way.
You always have to be really careful by listening to the buzzwords that they're throwing at you. So if they're talking about environmental quality, the devil will be in the details. Environmental quality could mean to them that they're giving money to a manure lagoon to build basically a manure pit that allows a huge feedlot operation to comply with the Clean Water Act. In my mind, that's compliance that has nothing to do with conservation. When I look at Farm Bill spending, I always have to ask myself, why should we do it? Who should benefit? My tax dollars too, and I'm not getting subsidized for doing what I do, but I'm not also opposed to subsidizing something that's valuable. I can't think of anything more valuable than conservation spending, than really taking care of the land for the long term. I think that's in everybody's interest. And so, you would hope that conservation, concerns about global warming, concerns about, our need to be energy efficient would trump all other goals of all other Farm Bill spending. I mean, that's only obvious to me. And, I think that's what a lot of people are fighting for, and, we have to join the fight.